Well, at the very least, it's nice to see that this fountain isn't graphically freaking out anymore, which means that it's the perfect time to start Primrose's Chapter 3. Welcome back to another session of Octopath Traveler, everyone. In this session, I will be recording Primrose's Chapter 3 after finishing up all the housekeeping we did last episode. Thankfully, since that's all already done and over with, there's nothing left for us to do but to start Primrose's God, I got so used to having to restore my reputation last episode that I literally hit the button again just out of habit. Anyways, as I was saying, Primrose's Chapter 3. The story so far. In the town of Stillsnow, Primrose got her first taste of revenge. There, she struck down the left wing of the crow, driving the dagger engraved with her family's words into his breast. "Faith shall be your shield." The words had served her well. Now, two remain, the man with the mark on his right arm, and the foulest bird of all, with the mark on his neck. "Go home to Noblecourt," she was told. "There you will find the truth you seek. But will this truth bring her peace or further pain?" And so, after too many years, Primrose comes home.
Oh my.
How long has it been? When I left, I thought I would never return to this place. The crow said I would find the truth here. But what truth was he speaking of? Two more men bearing the mark of that foul bird. My search continues here. Look! That young lady! Is that not Lady Primrose?
No.
You're seeing things, friend. House Azelhart is nothing but a memory now. Right. Of course. No need to drag up old ghosts. There's plenty enough going on in the present. Just look. What are we looking at? Consider my interest piqued. What's happening over there? Let's go find out, shall we? Whoa, that's not good. Darling, please open your eyes. No, say it is not so. You've got to be shitting me. Cry and shame that. And just as his business was starting to take off.
Just so.
Rumor has it he voiced his displeasure with his lordship a bit too loudly, if you catch my meaning. That's why I keep my mouth shut, lest I end up dead on the street like that poor sod.
What?
A murder? In Noblecourt, of all places.
But...
When I was young, Father and the City Watch saw that hardly a crime was committed here. What has become of this place since I left? Move! Out of the way, you slack-jawed fools! We're here by express order of his lordship to inspect the scene. Now clear out, lest we toss you in gaol for impeding the investigation.
how can that...
The Lord's own guardsmen are investigating the crime? Where is the City Watch? You look like a person of interest. After all, your sprite wouldn't be so recognizable if it wasn't so. I know that man. He was one of Father's trusted friends. Revello Forsythe, Lieutenant Commander of the City Watch. At least, he used to be. So he was spared the wrath of the crows, at least. Something tells me the city guard is going to rule this an accident. A raven from Stillsnow, sir. I fear the tidings are ill. Master Rufus is,
Oh?
So the left wing has been clipped. It was the Azelhart girl that did the deed, you say? So she still lives after all. Guess we'll just have to do something about that. Mark my words. The Azelhart line ends here. I'm pretty sure I have a bone to pick with you, Lady Primrose. Is it truly you, Lady Primrose?
Impossible.
I know that voice. Who the hell are you? From a lifetime ago.
Primrose.
Do mine eyes see true? You have grown lovelier than I could have ever dreamed, Lady Primrose.
Simeon.
Where have you been all these years? Not here, that's for certain. You know I always wanted to run as fast and far as I could from this stuffy old town. So I set out on a journey across the realm. And yet, no matter how far I traveled, I could not escape from the pain of losing you.
Of course.
These days, I make a living as a playwright of sorts. I pen dramas and tragedies for the stage. You always did have a way with words. I swore I would never return to this place. Then, one day, I felt an odd yearning. And no sooner do I arrive than I am reunited with you. Fate is a mysterious thing, is it not?
Primrose.
But enough about me. Where have you been all these years, my love? What do I even tell him? There's not a thing I can say without sullying his memories of me forever.
I'm sorry.
My apologies. That was too forward of me. You needn't say a thing. Besides, I can imagine all too well without hearing a word. Life has not been kind to you, and though you have grown all the more beautiful through the hardships you no doubt suffered. It still pains me that you have to suffer them. Simeon's gentle words stirred something in Primrose, a feeling she had not felt in many years. For the first time in what seemed like forever, she felt somewhere deep in her heart a measure of peace. He is too kind to me. He always was. Oi! What are you two loitering about? That looks like a spot of trouble I'd just as soon avoid. Come, my lady. Let's find somewhere we can chat in private. You literally just moved further to the
It brings
east.
back so many memories.
I'm pretty sure the guards are just going to keep walking along the bridge, and then you'll run into the same trouble you did earlier.
Memories of my childhood days in this town. I could never understand why my father was so strict with me. I was always running off to the gardens for a good cry.
And that was where I would find you. And find an excuse to shirk my duties as gardener's apprentice. I wanted nothing more than to spend time with you. To be a part of your world. Little lady, why do you cry so?
but be drawn to one another, like the bees drawn to the nectar of the fragrant blooms.
This is probably some of the most beautiful writing I've seen in the game. Christ.
You were always penning poems for me. Your words, your songs, gave me comfort and solace. In the darkest days after I lost Father, you would sing them for me over and over.
To tell the truth, Primrose, I left this town to search for you. I tried so many times to forget you, to accept that you were gone. Yet time and again, I found myself reciting the poems I had written you. Can you forgive me, Primrose?
There is nothing to forgive. It was all so very long ago. I, too, have moved on from those days. I have found my own reason to go on.
And when the moon waxes full and bright in dark heaven, and stars glitter worlds away from earthly sorrow, would that sleep hold you in her soft embrace. Then shall my eyes close, lips open in prayer, for it is only in dreams that we may meet again.
Simeon.
And then there was silence. In that moment, there was nothing that words could convey.
Lady Primrose, I intend to remain in town for some time yet. I still have not forgiven myself, knowing that I could not do more for you. It tortures me to this day. If there is any way at all, in which I can be of service to you, my lady, you need only say the word.
Well, you could accompany us in trying to clip the right wing of the crow. That would be a start.
Thank you, Simeon.
Although I'm never quite certain of what the relationship between these two were before the game took place, because it seems like Simeon is significantly older than Primrose. And given the romantic connotations of this particular scene, it makes Primrose's flashback feel rather disconcerting. But that'll be for me to ponder.
Enough distractions. I must find the men marked by the crow.
Yep. We have a job to do.
Where to begin?
You should probably start by investigating the city watch. But it looks like we have some travel banter to get through. Let's hear it. Primrose and Tressa. Who's this Simeon guy? Well, was he someone really special to you? Tressa, have you ever felt the special kinship to someone? A special kinship? You mean, like, aside from my family? I guess I never really thought about it. Trading's been my life since before I can remember. I kind of feel a connection with my customers when we make a good deal. Is that the same thing? Let me tell you something, Tressa. When something about a person resonates deep within you, it's the most wonderful feeling. Your heart is freed, your mind is opened, and you realize there's more to the world than you ever knew. But I wouldn't expect you to understand. After all, you're still a little girl. Hey! Who are you calling little? Oh my god, the fountain is freaking out again. I think it's because we have even more travel banter to get through. This is between Primrose and Cyrus this time.
A moment of your time.
May I be so bold as to pry? Huh? That man is very important to you, is he not? Why do you say that? 'Tis a conjecture, based on how you both look at each other. Had you not chosen to live your life the way you do, I wonder if you can stop right there, Professor. How I live my life is my affair, not yours. Yes, quite. I do apologize. I'd best be careful around him. He's sharper than he looks. Oh my god, we have even more travel banter! This should be between Primrose and Ophelia.
This is...
So this is where you were born and raised? It is, though much has changed in the last 10 years. The people, the town... It seems like this lord we've been told about has a lot to do with that. Yes, and none of the changes have been for the better. This was a happier place when I knew it. It was peaceful and prosperous. My father was a strict man, but he was respected and loved by the people. I would very much like to see your town as it once was. If only I could have shown it to you. How proud I was of where we lived. Oh, Primrose. Alright, that should be it for the travel banter. At least I hope. Christ, that was a headache and a half. Oh, there's Revello.
Farewell.
Okay, I guess there's no more voice acting anymore. Farewell, Geoffrey. I will return.
What?
What's this? Are my eyes to be believed?
How could this...
My lady, are you Geoffrey's... It has been too long, Master Forsythe.
Lady Primrose?
Too long indeed. We all knew you would grow to be a great beauty, but even still, I feel as though I am standing before a vision from the heavens. It brings me great joy to know you are well, my Lady Primrose. As it does me to see you hale and hearty, Master Forsythe.
Thank the gods.
Age just stooped my back and blurred my eyes, but just seeing you before me, I thank the gods for blessing me with long life. You flatter me overmuch, my good sir. I was just paying Geoffrey a visit, as I do from time to time. You should do the same, Lady Primrose. Let your father bask in your beauty as well.
No.
I cannot face father. Not yet. Before that, there is something I must do. I am sorry to hear it, my lady. But where have you kept yourself all these years? There are many here who have been more than happy to take you in.
The truth is...
I have been on a journey of sorts. If you must know the truth... Yeah, it's a long story.
I'm sorry.
Forgive me. I had no idea you had suffered through such dark days. You did well to endure and return to us, Lady Primrose.
Actually...
I endured only because I must. I must learn the truth behind Father's death. And have my revenge upon the bastards who took him from me. Master Forsythe, is there nothing you can tell me? There was a time when I, too, spared no effort in trying to unravel the secrets behind Lord Geoffrey's murder. But in the end, I was left wishing I never had. My lady, I urge you to tread lightly. This business will be the death of you, if you do not watch your back. I am ready for whatever may come.
I know what I must do.
Come with me, and I will tell you what I know.
Oh!
I'm back, Anna.
Oh?
I was wondering what was keeping you, dear. Pray tell, who's this beauty you've brought with you?
It's not possible.
Lady Primrose? My, but I never. And so beautiful a woman grown. Pinch me, my dear. I must be dreaming. I thought the same myself. Now, let's say we share a cup of tea. And so, from that dark day onward, the balance of power here in Noblecourt shifted, and shifted dramatically. Under Lord Geoffrey's stewardship, House Azelhart was the most prominent of all the great families. Working closely with the City Watch, he took it upon himself to uphold the peace and keep the people happy. Crime of any sort was nigh unheard of. Oh, what happy days those were. Though those with a want to do ill deeds might have found it a bit stifling. But it matters little. Those times of peace and security are all but a dream now. In the chaos and disorder that followed the fall of House Azelhart, a group of men seized power. They call themselves the Obsidians. They began their operation peddling illicit tinctures back when your father still lived. Working in the shadows just out of the sight of Geoffrey's watchful eye, they made one shady deal after the next, filling their coffers and making powerful friends. Swayed by the influence of their coin, countless once lawful men cast their lot with these villains, and the ones that didn't. Captain Albus commanded the City Watch in those days. Maybe you remember him. He was Lord Geoffrey's right hand, and the most just and honorable man I've been privileged to know. Unfortunately, his code of honor put him at odds with the Obsidians, and so they took action. Murdered, like my father.
And then,
Absent his leadership, the City Watch collapsed, and the Obsidians seized power with the greatest of ease. I spent years trying to follow the trail of corruption, to find who it led to, where the blood money flowed. In the end, I found that I was up against an opponent too evil. I have faced innumerable threats to my own life. Two of my cohorts from the Watch, who worked tirelessly to help me to track down the truth, were murdered in cold blood. Honor and justice are long dead here, never to return. I am an old man now, and I grow weary of this battle. I am but a minor landowner with no influence of which to speak. All I can do is bring flowers to Geoffrey's grave.
Lady Primrose?
There is nothing more I can do for him, or for you. And so I beg of you, Lady Primrose, leave this place. Trust me, my lady. Were your father here, he would say the same. I beg to differ, Master Forsythe. Were my father here, this is what he would say.
Faith shall be your shield.
Mayhap you are right. Mayhap I have only twisted my memories of Geoffrey to ease my regret at my own cowardice. Forgive me, my lady. I do you a dishonor.
Now then,
I know where the Obsidians make their headquarters in town. I will take you there.
Lady Primrose.
I will wait for you here, my lady. Pray tell me whenever you are ready to depart.